Are you having a hard time rebounding using one of these for your hips, your knees, or even your ankles? I'm going to share with you an alternate version to still pump your lymphatics in today's video. Stay tuned. Welcome back, friends. I'm Dr. Melissa Gallagher. For all of you who are new and joining, I'm so excited about today's video because so many of you have said that you're having a hard time using the rebounder on the rebounding videos that I filmed almost a year ago now. So I wanted to share with you this amazing device. This is the device that you're going to want to grab, and I'll include a product link down below. If you are a frequent viewer of mine, you might recall this fun little bouncy ball. This is actually a yoga ball. It was featured in our December holiday health gift guide. So this is the stabilizer, and all of this is really easy to utilize at home and to blow up. So there's actually a pump that comes with each of these kits, and when this is set on the ground and you've got your blown up ball, you just put this on this ring and it becomes stable. So you don't have to worry about kind of the ab invigoration or engagement of the abs to keep this stable. This literally sits here, and then you sit on it and you can begin your exercises. So once you get settled in, what you want to do is you want to sit literally at the very top of this ball. So as you can see, you get a lot of bounce. So just get comfortable. You basically want to have it where your feet are touching the floor and you're in a nice 90-degree angle with your knees. You don't want to ever kind of overextend it. Now these chair balls, these yoga chair balls, they come in different sizes depending on your height. So for my gentlemen who need a higher ball, and for some of my ladies and individuals out there who need shorter balls, you can get the appropriate size. I'll include the size that I'm using right now. I'm 5'8", and this works wonderfully. So let's get kicked off. What you're going to do is you're going to literally just bounce. That's it. And you are going to be kind of pushing down from your hips and just moving upwards. And you can do this for 30 seconds to a minute. I know a lot of patients will actually set up where they are watching TV, and even this I sometimes will use. I'll bring it downstairs and use at my office desk downstairs. So these are really good. You can incorporate this into your work life as well, but you just want to bounce. And what we're doing is we're literally creating some gravity force that's flushing and opening up our lymph nodes and lymph valves. So this is really helping flush the inguinals, and then you can get your arms activated. So what you're gonna do is you can do pumps with your arms initially. You pump up, down, up, down, and you can time it where you're pumping with your up and down moves from the hips. And that's going to work what we call the axillary zone, which is right underneath your armpit. So for any of you ladies out there who might have had mastectomies, lumpectomies, or impaired flow in the arms, any type of neck congestion, sinus congestion, this will get things moving. And in fact, I'm feeling some lymph draining here in my sinus cavity. So you get your arms pumping. So what I recommend is everything that you're doing here on the ball, you just want to continue to bounce. This is going to definitely get things moving, okay? So every arm activity we're going to be doing, you're just going to be bouncing up and down, and you can bounce really fast or you can bounce really slow. It kind of is up to you, but in terms of the speed, it's not really that important. It's more of the bounce. So you want to get a good full bounce. What you want to do is you want to be pushing from your glutes, kind of pushing up. And you can actually, right now, I'm tightening my glutes. So you can utilize just this bouncing to actually work your glute muscles, which is really great for helping support your core, your pelvic floor. So for a lot of my patients and viewers like you, if you are dealing with any type of lower pelvic floor or pelvic region swelling, genital swelling as well, this is for my men and women, moving from the hip in this action can actually help flush. It might not seem like it, but we're moving and flushing the inguinal nodes. I'm going to recommend that you watch this video here. I actually detail a lot more about how to dry skin brush before you do any type of rebounding. That same type of technique you can apply here. The next kind of course of action that we're going to do is I want you to move your arms up and down, kind of like jumping jacks. And what you want to do is kind of force the arms down, up and down, up and down, up, down. So you're basically doing a jumping jack, but not moving the hips outward with your legs and your feet, but you're just bouncing. And what you're doing is, you can see you might have heard it, I was hitting the side. So that's just kind of a nice way to know that you're really kind of forcing your arms down. But this gets a lot of fluid moving in the arms. And you can do this for 30 seconds to a minute. Now, anytime you rebound, it's very common to get winded. I actually spoke with a gentleman last week who was telling me, wow, I'm doing 10 minutes and holy cow, it doesn't look like it would cause you to be winded. So rebounding 10 minutes a day is what I recommend. You can do it once a day or twice a day. It's totally up to you. But 10 minutes is a good quantity of time to aim for when you're dedicating your rebounding activities on a daily basis. What I find is that when you rebound for 10 minutes, it's going to get the same type of flow, lymph flow, cardio flow that you might get after 50 minutes of running, which is pretty amazing. So we do that kind of arm exercise. I like to do kind of rotations to kind of open up your shoulders, and you can really move your arms in kind of a circular pattern. That again is going to be helping flush underneath the axillaries. Okay, so we really want to get a lot of the fluid around the arms, the back. So what we're doing here is I'm also moving the shoulder blades in my back, and that is also good for back truncal type of lymph flow challenges, which is really, really common. So you can do this for another 30 seconds and just get it moving. Move, move, move that lymph. If you're looking for some additional resources in the fitness world, I'm going to recommend that you check out an amazing closed Facebook group that's run by my friend Vern, who's phenomenal. It's the Lymphedema Running and Fitness Club. I'll include links down below. If you want to get inspired and join a group that's motivating their lymph in really unique ways like this, I'm going to encourage you to check them out. Be a part of that community, get some support, and get your body, get your lymph moving. I want to get specialized here, friends. So for any of you who are dealing with any type of arm-related fluid retention, hand, the wrist, the forearm, the upper arm, and even for women that might have those pockets after mastectomy surgery, and even reconstruction surgery, and even now we're seeing more lymphatic cases post the encapsulation removal with the BII, the ladies who are dealing with breast implant illness. That's really good to move the breast, move the arm, get fluid moving. So what I want to do is I want you to put your arms up, and we're going to go up, up, up. So you reach at the sky, you're moving your arm up like this, but you're really extending your back, you're bouncing from your hip, and you're just getting things moving. This is going to help flush from the elbow. There are lymph nodes in your elbow. That'll get the fluid moving from the arm and the wrist and the forearm. And then you're moving down too from the elbow in the axillary point. So we're just really moving a lot in the arm. I'm getting winded because I'm talking to you, but I know if you're doing this along with me, and I hope you'll favorite this video. You and I can do these videos every day. So pretty soon you'll start to develop your own kind of techniques or flow, but I just want to give you great resources here so that you can move your lymph and get the lymph flowing. I'm going to have you go like this. We're going to be going like this. So from the elbow, you're moving your arm out. So I went to Florida State University. If you are familiar with us, we do this whole war chant where we literally go, oh. I won't bore you with the song, but I was a lady spirit hunter and we used to go to all the games. I used to paint the war paint on people's faces, and I can sing our fight song on cue. But anyway, what you're going to be doing is that same kind of action, but you're going to be going like this. So as you're bouncing, and you can kind of do it at an angle if you want to do, or you can go more kind of straight. Kind of depends on your comfort level from the elbow joint, but you're bouncing and you're doing that, oh, go FSU. All right, so do that for another 30 seconds. This just really kind of clears out any of the residual lymph that might be kind of stuck, stagnant. And I really love for all of my patients who might be wearing compression gear, for them to make sure that you put your compression stockings, compression hose, compression wraps, that you compress after you do rebounding, because that's really a good way for you to maximize the benefit. And then before you put your wrap, I'll put a link down below. I recommend you use something called T-Relief Gel and Lymph Stim. This is a must-have in your toolbox for lymphatic flow movement. I'm gonna reposition here. I want to show you some of the work that we can do for the lower extremities. All right, friends, how are you doing? You still with me? We're going to be working on the lower extremities. This is really good for so many of you who have written to me saying, Dr. Melissa, I'm having a really hard time with my hips, my back sore when I rebound. I really want to get my lymphatic flow and the valves open, but not to the risk of my health. And I'm so glad that you all wrote to me, because your health, your structural alignment, and making sure that one activity is not causing inflammation or issues in another area of your body is most important. So this video is meant for all of you who messaged me. To that, I'm grateful. As you're bouncing, I like to recommend that you kind of try and sit up as tall as you can. And you basically think about a string kind of pulling from the top of your head, pulling you up, and you're just bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. So with the legs, what I want you to do, so this first exercise, we're going to start on the right foot. You put your heel out and up. So you have your toes facing upward, and you just bounce. And then what I want you to do is tap your toe. You're going to do toe taps as you're bouncing. That is going to help move fluid in the foot and the ankle region. It's going to feel like you're not doing a lot, but just that activity, because we're bouncing and you're tapping your toes, is going to be really, really good. And I say count for 25 taps. And then what you do is you're going to switch to the other foot. All right, put your heel out, toes up, start bouncing, and then do your tap. Toe tap, toe tap. With this, to stabilize our balance, stabilize our structural alignment, I actually put my hands on my legs, kind of mid-thigh. So doing the toe tap, you want to do this for 25 times. And you can go fast if you want to, or you can go slow. Again, speed is not the issue. It's the bouncing. You just want constant bouncing and flushing and opening up of those lymphatics. So once you complete 25, then we'll go back to the regular bounce. Kind of position your feet out. I've got to resituate myself. The next thing is, if you feel like you're stable enough, you're going to involve both toes. Toe taps, bouncing, toe taps, bouncing, toe taps. So if you put your ankles down in the ground, feet up, and toe taps. Bouncing, toe taps. Now, I tend to have tighter calf muscles. I feel this activity in a muscular sense in around my shin bone. You might be feeling a little shin bone burn. It's like shin splints when I used to run or I'd wear heels. But this is okay. As long as you're staying stable, you don't need to do any type of crazy bouncing like this. You just want to bounce and toe tap. Bounce and toe tap. But what you're doing is you are enhancing your muscle strength. But more importantly, with this activity, you are getting the lymphatics flowing in the ankle and the foot. The foot, ankle, and lower calf region is often the area of most problems for a lot of my lymphedema patients. Many of my patients are bilateral, both legs, lymphedema, sometimes also lipedema, and often it's cardiovascular enhanced, so chronic vascular insufficiency is kind of kicked off this issue, and or it's paired up with fibrosis. You can have all of those together. This activity right here, this is really aimed at not only moving the flow, but also helping break up some of the fibrosis by getting the muscles engaged. That will help internally start to move and break up some of the fibrosis. If you're dealing with fibrosis, I'm going to provide a link down below for a really good insert inside a wrap or your stockings that will continue to break up that fibrosis. It's called a THERA pad. I love it. And I'm going to be releasing another video, so I want you to let me know if you think this would be beneficial for you. I'm going to give you a little bit more detailed instructions, a DIY for breaking up fibrotic tissue. If you're interested in that, message me down below and let me know. Please affirm that you want that type of video content, and I'll make sure I bring it to you. All right, so once you've completed that, and I usually like to do about 30 to 40 toe taps together, then I like to alternate leg up, leg down, leg up, leg down, okay? The good news is that your ball here, this yoga ball chair, is stable enough that you can bounce. The best placement for your hands here is going to be on the side, kind of 2 inches or so of your thumb, 2 inches below where your legs or your butt are. And you just basically kick out while you're bouncing, left and right. So you do this for about 50 kicks, 25 each. And this will definitely help move some of that lymphatic flow in your legs. We've got the calves, the feet, and the ankles engaged from the toe taps. And now we're continuing just with a good kick. Now, if you're finding, okay, let's say you've had knee replacement surgery or you are post-surgical from liposuction or even the lipo-assisted lipectomies, you can do some alterations. So you don't have to necessarily kick out the whole way. Like I'm kicking out full-fledged, okay? You can do an altered. Just do whatever you can do, but do some kick right here, okay? You can do high or you can do low, okay? When you're kicking like this, you want to have your feet, your toes engaged, kicking upward. You don't want to do a point, that won't help you, but you want to kind of kick up with the toes pointing to the ceiling. Okay, we're almost done with this. Let's do 10 more. I hope this is helpful for you guys. I love these DIY videos because I really feel like so many of you get so many great benefits and this becomes part of your lifestyle. I want to applaud all of you who've watched a lot of my video content that are implementing all these great exercises. This will also help. All right, 2 more. All right, so friends, this is a wonderful alternate lymphatic flow rebounder type of activity that I know so many of you who might be immobilized or dealing with some of the pain can greatly benefit from. My question to you is this: are you going to try this out and implement this in your regular fitness routines or test out for the first time? Comment down below, let me know. I'm so grateful, and friends, I will see you on our next video.